Hey, this is Matt once again. We're back to another video. This is another paid request, this time from RB. RB sent in a decent amount of requests. Thank you so much, man, for your kindness. I really, truly appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. I'm sorry for the wait on these, but try and get them out as soon as I can. But he wanted me to review an episode of A Football Life, where they delve into certain people, in this case, Kurt Warner. Now, apparently this was on the NFL Network, which I believe is still around. I say that with a question mark since everything's not much more streaming. So, I mean, I guess it could have just gone to the streaming. But I might have said this already, but just to reiterate, if anyone wants to request any type of videos, PayPal's the best way to do it. Do have a CashApp as well. Links are down below, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. Now, Kurt Warner is a name I had heard of, but I'm very much a dunce when it comes to football. I liked watching programs about football and documentaries and programs like this because if you ask me a football question, it'd be like asking me a Chinese algebra. It's not because I'm against it, it's because I really didn't watch it growing up. I knew of it, of course, but I didn't watch the Super Bowls, just the commercials, honestly. And I would say if I watched sports basketball, but yeah, I haven't seen basketball in a long time. I would like to go back and rewatch like the Olympic games where it was like Charles Barkley, Michael Jordan, like those Olympic games about. Anyway, I still haven't seen that Michael Jordan documentary now. I think about it. There was a couple episodes. Wow, I'm going off tangent. Squirrel. But it is fascinating to look at this stuff. Now, I'm sure this is a truncated look because it's only 40-some minutes long. But Kurt Warner, which is interesting, they tell his great year and then they go backwards from the beginning, gloss over that year because they already did at the beginning of the program, and then go. So it's weird that they didn't go in chronological order. I don't know why they did that. I guess they wanted to really hone in on his magic year until just the rest of it. He had, possibilities, but it didn't really pan out. So maybe that's why. I don't know. But the first part of the program is about people didn't really believe in him. I stuck a $50 bill on the board. If you can make a spiral, do a spiral pass, you can have it. And pretty much they were playing a game. The quarterback went down. They went with Kurt. And he went for 30 yards and 3 touchdowns. And this is the quarterback that nobody wanted. Meaning, he went in, free agent. Anyone could pick you up. Nobody did, so you're still with us, which is the Rams. He was with the Rams. And how he did very well, and things weren't great. And went from Rams versus the Titans at the Super Bowl. Great throws. 1999. Cinderella story. No team saved him a roster spot. And yet here he is. First time he really got to play for this team. Takes him to the Super Bowl. Wins it. Gets the Super Bowl MVP. The Cinderella story. I guess sadly when you get to the top, there's only, well, unless you're a Tom Brady, but there's always, a down, or, Jerry Rice, Joe Montana, there's a few guys, but, went downhill. But it shows that, and I love seeing all the footage of the football games, where you get all the great impactful moments and exciting, and the throws and the tackles, and you get the highlights. Very exciting stuff. And I have nothing against football. That's the thing. Like growing up, other than watching bits and pieces of basketball, I didn't really appreciate sports because I was just so used to watching movies or playing video games or other stuff. And I think because I felt like I was ADD, I couldn't sit still to watch a full game. So I felt like I had to do other stuff. I had to do this, I had to do this, I had to do my homework, I have to do my homework for school, I gotta do this, and then I'm watching a movie or I'm reading a comic book or just other things I was into. If I had the time, or if it was requested, and would I watch one? Yes, I would. But it was cool to see all these spots and all these moments. And then after showing the Cinderella story, it goes back to he was in northern Iowa, which is cool because I was born in northern Iowa. So kind of have a bond there in a way. Had a free agent with the Packers. It didn't work out, and then he was stocking groceries at Hy-Vee, and I thought it was kind of cool to hear about Hy-Vee because not everybody knows what that is. Because I think that's a regional thing, and in Iowa, a lot of the grocery stores were called Hy-Vee. I don't know where you're at if they have a Hy-Vee. I don't know which states have Hy-Vee. Like they don't have them around here in Texas. They have Walmart and they have I don't know what HEB. I think it's like HEB. Hy-Vee up there is HEB down here. But about how he was stocking groceries and stocking stuff, and which I had that job before. I've had that job stocking stuff at Hy-Vee, so I know how that goes. And to be honest, I didn't mind stocking. Some people didn't like that. I didn't mind it. Because it's like, hey, this stuff needs filled up. Getting it filled up had a bit of satisfaction to me. Just feel like I accomplished something. Then move on to the next thing. On a side note, what I didn't like was every fucking 5 minutes I have to stop and go work the cashier. I'm like, no, let me finish my fucking job. Let me just be stocking. Which is probably why I liked it at Target more. Because all I had to do was stock. Here's the pallet. Fill everything up, stock it. If it's too full, bring it back. Get the other shit. Rinse and repeat. I didn't mind that at all. It may take a while because they thought we could get it done in 5 minutes when there's a lot of shit to do. But here's this whole thing. There's 2 guys to do the whole fucking thing. Here's this whole thing of, from here all the way across the store. And it's like, okay, here's like... You get allergic. Here's like 85 fucking boxes. Yeah, open, get all the shit out, and you have like a fucking hour to do it. And then if you do get done, you gotta help this other person. I'm like, these are like, sometimes 2,000, 3,000 piece trucks. Anyway, I'm going off tangent. But stocking shelves, and then you got into arena football, the Iowa Barnstormers. I wish they delved a bit more into the arena football. Just like to tell the difference between arena football and playing just regular football. What were the positives? What were the negatives? Is there stuff he liked in arena football more than regular football, and vice versa? I would like to have heard a bit of that, but you only have a short amount of time. So then it jumps from that to after the Cinderella story. So again, it being not in continuity, not from A to B to C, was a little bit weird because we go from here, then to the beginning, and now to after the Cinderella story. And pretty much the close calls. Things didn't go the best, but then they got to a Super Bowl with the Patriots, but the Patriots beat the Rams, and you had Tom Brady. Then eventually was traded to the Giants, and he was benched for Eli Manning, and things didn't go great with the Giants. Then went to Arizona Cardinals. 2007, or I think 2008, took them to the NFC Championships. Super Bowl, Cardinals versus Steelers, but lost pretty much the last second. Or the last minute, I should say. So that was definitely a tough loss for him. That and the injuries rising up, dislocated elbows, torn knees, had a deal with the Saints, got sacked really hard. The motherfucker, like the ball was not in his hands, and the guy just went. I mean, how the fuck? Again, I'm illiterate when it comes to football. How the fuck was that not a penalty? Like the guy didn't have a ball, didn't do anything, and just went. The guy just went. Like he owed the motherfucker money. The wife was scared. So the injuries rising up. They have 7 kids. The wife is scared. She's like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Pretty much led to his retirement. It's a shame because I mean, granted, not everybody can say they got to the peak at all. At least he did. Cinderella story, Sally, he was never able to get back up there again because he seems like a nice guy. Seems like he meant well. It's a good underdog story. But it's sad that, it got close. But still a lot of people... It would have been nice to hear from other quarterbacks how they feel about Kurt Warner. So it would have been cool to hear, like, what does, who are there quarterbacks out there who are big fans of Kurt Warner? Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Steve Young, Dan Marino. I think we heard from a little bit, I think. Sorry, it's been a few days. And if he was, it wasn't too much. Or maybe I'm thinking of someone else. I know someone. But I wish, that would have been cool to hear a bit more of that. But we do hear from some of the other players who were with him during the years of the Rams or the Cardinals. But it would have been nice to hear from other people how they feel about Kurt Warner, how they feel about his legacy, other stuff. I just wish this wasn't just 40-some minutes long. Some of this stuff I kind of wish they could extend and get more of the fuller picture, fuller story. But I did. Not everything. Started did a 90-minute documentary. But it was cool to at least learn a bit about Kurt Warner. Again, I knew the name, but at least now I have a little bit more understanding of the guy, of the person. And nice to see all the old footage of those games, the highlights. If they did miss something, I would not know. So for those who are hardcore Kurt Warner fans, you can let me know if there's stuff that they missed that they should have talked about or such. I don't even know what he does nowadays, Kurt Warner. I don't know. I guess I could have looked that up, but oh well. Anyway, it's about this program, not about that. So yeah, it was interesting. It was cool to watch. Wish it was a bit longer. Like I said, not being... I keep forgetting the word. a beginning, middle, and continuity, like starting here and then going backward. I thought that was a bit weird and such. And then there's some stuff I would like to have heard more. Actually, no. Let me just look real quick. Sorry. What is the football player Kurt Warner doing today? Sportscaster and high school quarterback coach. He is the lead analyst for Monday Night Football on Westwood One Radio and works with NFL Network. Okay, I didn't know he was with Monday Night Football. He is a lead analyst for Westwood One, covering Monday Night Football and contribute. Oh, okay. He's also a quarterback coach at Phoenix, Arizona. That's cool. Oh, there you go. 2 days ago, Kurt Warner talks Browns. Here's what this says. Sorry. On the Rich Eisen Network. Oh, a bunch of football teams. Oh, that's cool. So there you go. So still working today. So thank you once again, RB. This stuff was very cool to watch. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys later. Bye bye for now.